why you haven't quit yet is because you're not ready. When you get ready, you're going to stop.
Say, baby, I love you. Say, baby, I love you. Say my name.
DJ Merks.
Hey, baby, I love you. Say my name. When you're surrounded. Say, baby, I love you.
Hey, big head. What's going on, my big head beauties? What's going on? What's going on, my big head beauties? What's going on, my big head beauties? It's your girl, Big Head Ari, and I'm back again with another video. So make sure you guys comment down below, hit the thumbs up on this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? So make sure you also follow my Instagram is bigheadbeauty_, okay? I'll link it down below and put it in this video. So I wanted to talk to you guys real briefly, but this is a really important conversation that we need to have, okay? And I didn't write anything down this time because I'm hoping that God gives me the correct words to speak to you guys and speaks through me, and I hope that, you know, something that I say can be encouraging to you and can inspire you to do the same thing. So in this video, we're going to be talking about why I quit smoking weed, how I started smoking weed, and the reason why you can't quit, but I have ways to help you quit. So we're gonna jump right into it. So I was one of those high schoolers that I would always see people smoking weed and drinking. I never smoked, I never drank in high school. I was always in my books, and I would always see, you know, high schoolers smoking and drinking. I used to be like, why y'all? That's whack. Like, I would never do that. You'll never catch me smoking, especially a female smoking. Your breath stink, like, ill. So I never thought that I would actually start smoking weed. So then I went away to college. I went away to North Carolina A&T State University, my alma mater that I graduated from. Shout out to all Aggies. If you see this and you an Aggie, comment down below. But I went away to A&T, and I was actually 17 when I went to college. When I went away to college, and my roommate, she had smoked already, like in high school. And you know, I had went to parties and stuff, and people would ask me like, you don't smoke? And I'm like, no. And so then I tried it, and then I ended up learning how to roll weed up, blunts up, and it was history. Like, once I learned how to roll up my own weed, it was history. So I just continued to smoke, you know, recreationally when I would go to parties, and it would just be a part of, you know, the pregame or whatever. And then I just noticed that I continued smoking, and like I would smoke more weed throughout the day and just different things. But I didn't start seeing a problem with it until probably, like, you know, a couple years ago. And so that's how I started smoking. And then I continued smoking. I smoked for a really long time, up until I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, and I decided to quit smoking weed. Because I would hear people say, oh, you can smoke while you're pregnant. I'm like, no, you cannot. They would be like, oh, there's no study that shows you that, you know, weed harms babies. Yes, it does. And I did not want my baby to be affected by anything. I wanted to have a pure body, and I just wanted to have a pregnancy just pure. So I did not smoke my entire pregnancy. I did not smoke after she came out. I breastfed up until she was about 27 months, and you know, it was easy for me to stop because I had a reason to stop, you know. But if I feel like if I didn't have that reason, I probably would have never stopped smoking weed. And so I made this video because I feel like weed is pushed on us. All the rappers smoke, everybody encourages weed. It's being legalized in certain states, and people just look at it as a drug that you cannot be addicted to, when you can be addicted to marijuana just like you could be addicted to freaking crack and heroin and sex and food. You can be addicted to marijuana. And one thing about marijuana is it's abused. Like, I want to say I'm pro cannabis, because I don't want you to watch this video and be like, oh, she hate weed. I like cannabis and the good benefits that it helps people with glaucoma, it helps people with insomnia, it helps people that have eating problems, different things. But at the same time, forget about the medicinal part of it. It is literally abused. People literally roll up, smoke for any freaking reason. They smoke when they're happy, because it was me, so I'm talking about us, you and I. Smoke when you're happy, smoke when you're sad, smoke when you're excited, smoke on your way to work, smoke on your lunch break at work, smoke for anything. It's literally abused, and anything that is done excessively versus done in moderation becomes a bad thing. Like when you have to smoke before you do everything, that's no good. Like you don't need to smoke before you go to work. You don't need to smoke to go to sleep. You don't need to smoke to do none of that stuff, because your body is able to do it on its own. It's just a mentality that you get once you start to rely on marijuana and weed and rolling up so much, because you feel like you're not gonna be right without being high, and that's just a complete lie. Like being sober is legitimately lit. Like once I stopped smoking weed, I literally had this thing in my head before I stopped, like I'm not gonna be able to sleep, I'm not gonna be able to eat. And yes, that was true. Like the first week I couldn't sleep, the first week I couldn't eat. Matter of fact, probably the first 2 weeks I was irritable, I was pissed. Anything anybody say to me, I would go off on them. Like, you know, my appetite was all messed up. I was having night sweats and stuff. But all of that stuff starts to pass, okay? All of that stuff starts to pass after about 1 to 2 weeks. Some people was a week, some people take 2 weeks, some people might take longer. It just depends on how long you have been smoking weed and the amount of THC that's in your body. But this stuff is abused, okay? Like I said, it's the rappers that's smoking. Every time you see somebody on Instagram, you tapping through a story on Snapchat, on Instagram, you see somebody puffing some bud. Like, it's just everywhere that you freaking turn. And even men come at you that way nowadays. Like, yo, you drink, you smoke. Like, you smoke, you trying to roll up, trying to get together. Like, it's a way to socialize now. It's a way to approach women. It's a way to approach men. It's like men don't even be like, oh, how you doing? Do you like movies and bowling? They be like, do you like drinking and smoking? Like it's legitimately that real. So it's so abused to the point where I was abusing it to the point where I just felt very foggy. I felt like I wasn't thinking as clearly as I could have. I've always been a productive person. Like, I wasn't that weed smoker that lay around on the couch and don't do nothing and don't do their work, don't turn in their homework. Like, oh yeah, I turned in my homework in college. I did what I was supposed to do when I was out of college. I was always productive. I will always be at work. I was always on my game. But better believe, after I did all the things I need to do, I was gonna smoke or in between. And so you just don't need it. Like, once you see, first of all, I was tired of seeing my weed man all the time. I was literally tired of seeing him every other day. Like, buying a gram here or buying an eighth here, or just spending hundreds of dollars on weed. Like, once I stopped smoking, I seen how much money I literally spent on weed. Like, too much freaking money. And then the Rello, like all the Rello, buying a Rello, a wrap to roll up. Like, and then just the weed being my cologne. And just, I don't want to smell like that. Like, I want to smell like a lady, like perfume. Like, I don't want to get out my car and like have a whole cloud of smoke coming out because, you know, I just finished blowing it down, hot boxing it. Like, no offense to the people that still do it, but like, my brain was foggy. Like, I wanted to just think and just be me. Like, I wanted to just not be influenced by nothing except my own self. Like, some people say it helps them to be spiritual. It helps them to connect with God, to be more creative, to make music. But I'm telling you, you can do that without being high. You can be spiritual, you can read your Bible, you can pray, you can meditate, you can create music without being high. You don't need to be high in order to... I'm making a YouTube video! You don't have to be... You don't have to be high in order to do any of those things because you have a natural high. Like, being sober is so pure and so it's a high in itself. Like, so I'm gonna tell you why you cannot stop smoking weed, because it took me a minute to stop. The reason why you cannot stop smoking weed is because you don't want to stop yet. Pretty much, that's the reason. There's not no like scientific reason or nothing like that. The reason why you have not stopped smoking weed yet, or doing whatever drug it is that you do, is because you don't want to. You're saying with your mouth that you want to, but then you go buy some weed and roll it up and smoke it, or do whatever drug you do. The only way, like, keep to say to yourself, this is my last blunt, I'm not gonna smoke it no more. Like, that's really just teasing yourself and making yourself want to smoke even more, because it's like you're attaching yourself to the weed. So as soon as you tell your brain, like, this is the last one, while you're smoking, you're good, but once you get to the end of it, you're gonna start freaking out, because you're like, oh my god, I'm not gonna smoke anymore. How am I gonna sleep? How am I gonna do this? Like, you're attaching yourself to the blunt. So you literally gotta just say, I'm done. I'm not smoking no more, and don't smoke. So, because I literally would look for videos on YouTube like how to stop smoking, and I know other people do, because I see so many videos on why I quit weed, how to quit weed. The way to quit weed is to not smoke it. That sounds really simple, but that's literally how simple it is. The way to quit weed is to not smoke it. So people say try to fill your time with other things. That doesn't work. That did not work for me. Because I would fill my time with something else and be thinking about weed the whole time. So you literally have to stop being weak-minded, and you literally have to tell yourself, I'm going to stop weed and it's not going to conquer me. I'm going to stop smoking weed. Weed is not my master. I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to buy weed anymore. And that's literally what you have to do. Stop. Delete your weed man number. That might not work, because you might know his number by heart. Delete his number. Take a break from social media, because I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be temptations on social media. Take a break from people that you know that smoke weed all the time. Don't matter what they think. Oh, you haven't called me, so what? I'm doing something for myself. You literally have to be ready. Like, once you're ready, you're gonna do it. Like, I'm not kidding. Once you're ready to stop smoking, you're gonna stop smoking. Like, some people have to have a reason, but some people, there is no reason that really presents itself, so they keep smoking. Like, some people have a reason, like court or pregnancy, or, you know, just something, a job. But some people don't have a reason to stop, so they keep smoking because they don't have a reason. So what do those people do? Those people make up in their mind that they're done. They're done with it. Once you make a decision and you put your mind to it, you're going to go through with it. But I tell you, you're not going to succeed with that until you are literally ready to be done with it. Like, when you're ready to be done with it, like when you're tired of it, like, as much as you love weed, but when you're tired of rolling up over and over again, like when you're tired of driving with the bud, going to see a weed man, like when you're tired of spending money, like when you're tired of yourself being mad foggy, like not having no dreams at night because you dumb high, like having to roll up before you eat. When you're tired of that whole just pattern, that cycle, you're going to stop. When you're tired of it, when you reach your breaking point. But the reason why you haven't stopped yet is because you still like it. You haven't reached your breaking point yet. You got to get to a point where you like it, but you're done with it. Like, I like weed and I think weed is cool, but at this time in my life, I got some other things I need to do. So I gotta take a L on that real fast. Look up Nipsey Hussle and why he quit weed on YouTube. Okay, he said he quit weed. He would quit weed for months at a time, or days at a time, or weeks at a time, because he realized that, yeah, it was cool when he would smoke and do business and, you know, have to appear on TV or do this, that, and the third. But he said he would just notice that his focus wasn't all the way there. And so he would stop smoking for months at a time because he wanted to be presentable when he come to business meetings. He wanted to be presentable when he get on the stage. Like, go watch that video. Just put it in Nipsey Hussle and why he quit weed, or why he stopped smoking. And that's just facts. Like, sometimes you have to take a break from something. You cannot excessively do something and think you're going to keep on getting the same results that you got from it when you first started it. Like, I know what it is to be smoking a blunt and saying to yourself, like, I wish I wasn't smoking this blunt right now. Like, I'm so over this. But for some reason, continue to smoke, continue to buy it. I wasn't ready at those times. So you literally have to say, I'm ready. I'm trying to tell you, when you're not ready, you're not going to do it. You only can say like stop saying this is my last bag, I'm not buying no more. Like stop doing that. Like stop saying like, all right, I'm just cut down. Ain't no cutting down, okay? Ain't no cutting down. When you're ready, you could have the last bag in front of you and throw that joint in the toilet, because you're done. You're done with it. It's not gonna conquer you. It's not your master. Like, it's not stronger than you. You're done. But until you reach that point in your mind where you say, I want to see myself sober for more than 7 days. Like, I want to see myself sober for more than 30 days. I want to see myself sober for more than 60 days. Like, till you get to that point where you long to see yourself without the influence of weed, you're gonna keep smoking. I'm just being honest with you. So write down in a journal that you're gonna get to a place, a day, a time where you're gonna be done with it, and be done with it that day. Be strong, okay? Whenever you get the urge, feel the urge, feel the craving, feel it. Oh my gosh, I want to smoke right now. Damn, I want to smoke right now. I want to smoke right now. Like, tell somebody that you're close to that you're quitting weed, so that whenever you get the cravings, like for me, it was my mom. So whenever I want to smoke weed, I'll be like, Mom, I want to smoke so bad. Like, something's pissing me off right now. I want to smoke. And my mom be like, come on, like, she'll try to talk to me about something else. But sometimes you don't have anybody there. So you got to talk to yourself about something else. Feel the feeling, feel the emotion. Oh my gosh, I want to smoke weed, and let it pass. Because that's literally what's going to happen. You're going to feel the emotion and it's going to pass. No feeling stays stuck with you forever. You literally go through different feelings and emotions all day, every day, all year, every week, all the time. So feel the emotion and then let it go. But that's the truest advice that I could give you. When the reason why you haven't quit yet is because you're not ready. When you get ready, you're going to stop. Some people never get ready. Some people never quit alcohol, weed, cocaine, but some people do. Some people are not conquered by these substances. I was that person. I am not going to be conquered by a $10 bag of bud. It's just not happening. Will I ever go back to smoking? Yeah, I probably will, because I like weed. When I get the money in my bank account that I want in there and I could go leisurely smoke, I'll definitely hit it, pass it, might even hit it a couple more times. I don't know. I'm not against it. But for right now, while I'm on the come up, while I'm on the move, while I'm trying to have my businesses, while I'm trying to do my YouTube, I don't want to be high. I don't want to be high. I don't want to be high. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to be under no influence. I like having dreams at night. I like being a mom that's alert, sober, able to take care of her child without, hurry up, put her in the bed so I could go smoke. Hurry up, do this, that, and the third so I could go smoke. Like, no. I don't want to be under the influence of anything but God and myself, So if you need some help with quitting, if you need some pointers, make up in your mind that you're done, buy a journal and journal, work out. Working out really helps, okay? Go to the gym and sweat, drink water, get that stuff out your system, okay? Stop listening to certain music that talk about smoking weed. Listen, whatever triggers you to those things, get rid of it. That's what you're gonna have to do. If it's a person, a friend that makes you think about weed, get rid of them. Like, if it's music, get rid of it. If it's TV shows that you watch, get rid of them until you become strong enough to be able to be around those things and not be triggered to do it. So again, you're not gonna stop smoking weed until you're ready to stop smoking weed. Until then, you're going to continue to smoke. That's just facts. It takes you making up in your mind that you're done. And like I said, you can have a bag of bud in front of you and you won't smoke it. You throw it in the trash because you literally reached your breaking point. You're tired of it. You're tired of saying to yourself, damn, I wish I stopped. Like, when is this gonna be the end? Like, damn, I wish I wasn't smoking this. Like, when you're ready, you're going to stop. It's literally not hard. We make it hard. We make it so freaking hard. We make it harder than it has to be because we make it like we can't live without it when we can. We were not born with a blunt in our mouth. Like, you've got to go back in your mind to who introduced you to it, to your first time, and think like, what turned me on to it? You know, what was it about weed that I like so much? And for me, it was just the escape, numbing my feelings, just not being present. Like, something would happen, smoke, like, oh, I don't care about it anymore. And no, you need to feel all of your feelings. Feel all of your feelings. Go through every single emotion. If somebody's pissing you off, go ahead and feel that. You don't need weed to calm down. You can calm yourself down. Believe it or not, you do not need weed to calm down. That's what a lot of people say, like, oh, I need to smoke for my anger. I be getting crazy. Get crazy then. Get crazy. Scream, yell, do that. But you don't need to go smoke in order to calm down. You could calm yourself down. So I might make a part 2 to this, okay? Give people some more pointers. But I'm dead serious. Like, I want y'all to be strong. That's why I'm talking to you like this. I want you to be strong. Don't let it conquer you. It's nothing. It's nothing. You can stop, okay? By the grace of God, you can stop. All you got to do is tell God, I don't want to do this anymore, and give it to him. Give him the weed. He's going to help you. He's going to deliver you from it. Deliver you. Delivered. He's going to deliver you from it. But you have to be ready, because God is not going to force you. He's not going to force you to stop smoking weed. He's not going to say over and over that you need to stop. He's going to tell you once. You're going to feel convicted like I did. Rolling up time after time, I started feeling convicted. Like, this is not me. This is not what I should be doing. This is not who I am. So make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video. Comment down below. All right. Turn on your notification bell so you can get notified every time that I post. This is real shit, real talks. All right. Real girl talks. Because I know it's mad